So someone has asked me a question here, and I want to make sure that I touch on it. It's actually one question with a lot of parts. So it goes like this: Did Jesus really say the following while on the cross? Father, forgive them; they know not what they do. Today shalt thou be with me in paradise. Woman, behold thy son. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? I thirst. It is finished. Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit. I know or assume what most of these mean, but why do you think God had forsaken him? So let's go from the top, and we'll work our down to the forsaken, because the forsaken is the human moment, which I've talked about in other videos, but I want to kind of touch on it here. Father, forgive them; they know not what they do. I don't necessarily remember him saying something like that, but I absolutely 100% believe that there was no need for Jeshua to forgive them, and I have absolute belief that there was no need for the Father, the patriarchal God Father figure, to forgive them, because that is a statement based in the idea of the Father being a judgmental God rather than a loving one. And so I don't believe that statement was ever said. I don't remember it being said. But in my mind, when I look at that, it just makes no sense from what he was teaching. Today shalt thou be with me in paradise. I do not remember that one either. And it really makes no sense from what I remember of the moment. He knew he was going to the other side. He didn't think he was taking us with him. He didn't think we were going to be dying, and he didn't think that his going was taking our sins from us or enlightening us in any way. He felt that he was saving us from destruction, really. Woman, behold thy son. I don't remember the exact word, him exactly saying those exact words, but I do remember very clearly that we were told, I was told to take care of his mother, and did, and his wife Miriam, who he referred to as Ishti, and which means wife in Hebrew. It's the personal term wife. But whether he said to Mary, behold your son, meaning John the Beloved, I don't have a recollection of him saying that directly to her, but I'm sure he did. I'm sure he told her at some point that you go with John, because I think I know that that's what happened afterwards. I know that John took the two Marys back to his family home, and to get them away from his Jerusalem, and get them out away from the cities where they'd be a little safer. And then eventually, Mary Magdalene's family came and took her back to Magdala. So that I have memory of. But let's see what's next. The next one: my God, why have you forsaken me? This absolutely was said. He said it in a different language, of course, but you have to remember, to come to this plane, to come to this existence, you have to delve into your fears and your anxieties. And Jeshua was a man who was enlightened more than most. But to even be here and exist in this plane, you have to have some sort of fears, some sort of doubts. And on the cross, he had a moment of doubt. Why have you forsaken me? Why? Tell me why we're doing this. Explain to me why this is happening. My God, why have you forsaken me? Right? And he's trying to figure out of his fear whether it was worth it. And everybody, when I talk to modern Christians, I talk to them about Joshua or Jesus, as they would say. They describe him like choirs sang when he walked down the street, and he glowed, and he was a man. He was a regular man. And even after the resurrection, he didn't glow after the resurrection either. Looked like a regular guy. I was talking to him. I was freaking out that I was seeing him because I carried him to his tomb, right? And it was interesting to see this man who we loved and adored going through this horrible thing, and we felt terrible. This man who speaks such beautiful truth and has shown us the love inside of us is being killed in front of us. We were all feeling that sort of, why the hell is this happening? But he understood why it was happening, but he was just going through a human moment. And that's okay, because he was a human. He was a man. I thirst. He absolutely did do the thirst thing. And that was a standard thing, because the Romans, being in their cruelty, would try to keep them alive on the cross as long as possible. And so the fastest way to let them die was to let them not have fluids. And so, yeah, they would give them fluids on the cross to keep them suffering. Into thy hands I commend my spirit. I have no idea whether that was said. It might have been thought. But I think so that to end this question, you asked once again, why did he think God had forsaken him? It was, as I said, that was just a human fear moment. And like I said, to even exist in this plane, you have to have some level of fear. He had less than most. But to even be here, you have to have some. Because once you eradicate your fear, you leave this plane. To be here at all means there's some fear still working with inside of you. And to release all the fear and go back into the feeling of unconditional love, you leave this physical plane. And I know that because when he touched me on the heart on the beach, that's what happened. He let me experience unconditional love without my fears. And then when I had my fears return, I was back down here feeling heavy and distraught and everything else because I was back in my fears. So I hope that answers your question, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya. Bye.